Hello. Hi, everyone. So I'm going to allow people to come into the room and we're going to get started at the 6:15 mark. You can also check the description box below. I should have in there the timestamp on when the recording starts or when the recapping starts. Hey, friend. Hey, friend. Hey, Dedria. Hey, Nakia. Hey, Nicole. Rashana, how you been? I'm trying to back up some of my old content, but it didn't download everything that I needed it to download, and I don't know why. Oh well. I don't have time for that. We got to move on with our lives, no? Where have you been? It's a long story. So I have a podcast. It's called DocuSweeties, and I had to kind of not revert, but put all of my energies and intention towards that. But good news, I'm back. And I will be doing Love After Lockup, obviously, Life After Lockup. I'm going to do 90 Day Fiance the other way. And I'm trying to schedule tomorrow to do Unknown Number. That's on Netflix. I watched it last night. And boy, let me tell you, I was pissed off. So I want to talk about that. I'm glad. Oh, good. I'm glad that you got the notifications. Chantal, hello. So just come on in the room, get schweddled. You know what's in my head? I have one daughter. How many baby daddies do you have? If you don't mind me asking. Ellipses. I don't know why. Hey, Joy. Still be listening. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you guys supporting me on DocuSweeties as well. But your girl's back. Back again. There we go. There's the sound that it makes when it's done downloading. Come on. Let's finish. We got one more file to go. How many baby daddies do you have? Oh my God. There's so many TikTok sounds that just get stuck in your head. I have one daughter. Ellipses. Yeah. This is going to be a tight 45 minutes. I have my book club tonight. Let me tell you, this book is dry. It is a dry ass book. I mean, I can see the author trying to make it interesting. Like I can see the effort put in, but it's just not. It's not to me. And if you guys wanted to know, it is called The Overstory, a novel by Richard Powers. I need to look and see when this book was copywritten. What's the copyright date on this? Because this, I'm sure somebody was like, "Oh, it's a masterpiece and whatever, whatever," and it really helps you understand whatever, whatever. But girl, Pulitzer Prize fiction in 2019. Let me read you the synopsis or summary. A monumental novel about reimagining our place in the living world by one of our most prestigiously talented novelists. That's put in quotes. Because the New York Times book review called him prestigiously talented. The overstory unfolds in concentric rings of interlocking fable that range from antebellum New York to the late 20th century timber wars of the Pacific Northwest and beyond. An Air Force loadmaster in the Vietnam War is shot out of the sky, then saved by falling into a banyan, which is a tree. An artist inherits 100-year-old photogenic portraits, all of the same doomed American chestnut. A hard-partying undergraduate in the late 1980s electrocutes herself, dies, and is sent back into life by creatures of air and light. A hearing and speech-impaired scientist discovers that trees are communicating with one another. These and 5 other strangers, each summoned in different ways by trees, are brought together in a last and violent stand to save the continent's few remaining acres of virgin forest. There is a world alongside ours, vast, slow, interconnected, resourceful, magnificently incentive, and almost invisible to us. This is the story of a handful of people who learn how to see that world and who are drawn into its unfolding catastrophe. This book was 16 hours and I have 6 hours to go. And obviously I have book club at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. CST. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna read as much as I listen to as much as I can. But like, let me tell you, none of it takes place in now times. And it is about people that I couldn't care less about. Just like not one character's arc or fable or whatever, just maybe one. But even then, it's not that interesting. Oh, yeah, 1.5 speed for sure. 1.5. I didn't do 2, but I could have. And it would have been just as enlightening. Girl, my book club is reading How One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House. Okay, dry. The Overstory. I mean, let me look up how the one-armed sisters sweep her. One-armed. Okay, wait. By Sherry Jones. Girl, let's read this synopsis. Summary. In the Zadie Smith and Marlon James. Okay. I could already see this has got a lot. It's got a lot going on. In the tradition of Zadie Smith and Marlon James, a brilliant Caribbean writer discovers a powerful story about 4 people, each desperate to escape their legacy of violence in a so-called paradise. In Baxter's Beach, Barbados, Lala's grandmother, Wilma, tells a story of the one-armed sister. It's a cautionary tale about what happens to girls who disobey their mothers and go into the Baxter tunnels. When she's grown, Lala lives on the beach with her husband, Adan, a petty criminal with endless charisma whose thwarted burglary of one of those beach mansions set off a chain of events with terrible consequences. A gunshot no one was meant to witness, a mother whose baby is found lifeless on the beach, a woman torn between 2 worlds and incapacitated by grief, and 2 men driven into the tunnels by desperation and greed who attempt a crime that will risk their freedom and their lives. How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House is an intimate and visceral portrayal of interconnected lives. across race and class in a rapidly changing resort town, told by an astonishing new author of literary fiction. Girl, I'm sick of these interconnected lives. Okay, just tell me one story. Just tell me one story. Okay, I want the same characters from the beginning to the end. I don't want it. Yes, Sherry Jones, I wanted to love it, but woo. I know this. It's very like what happened is I read it in an American accent. What I should have said: "How the one armed sister sweep her house? How the one armed sister she made her sweep her house?" That's not a specific Belizean. It's like a general fake Caribbean. You know what I mean? Boy, left me alone. Okay, we got a couple more minutes. Is this thing finished downloading so that I can move on with my life and talk to you guys? I have one daughter. Yeah, this is what's gonna be. Move to the trash. Move to the trash. Okay, your girl did it. She's a responsible adult. Okay, a responsible adult. What a title. The one-armed sister. How the one-armed sister sweeps her house. She gets a maid, is how she does it. She hires someone because she has a disability. Okay. Now, I know that we're changing the way that we communicate disability and how we use it, like ableism, disabled, like, or do we, there's different nomenclature and words around it. I haven't been caught up to speed on that side of the PC river. So if I'm wrong to say disabled, you let me know. I have one daughter. Okay, there's 16 people in the room. Guys, if you are in the room, can you please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up? Help your girl out and provide some support to this video by thumbsing it up. And as you can see, scrolling across the bottom of the screen is the ways that you can support. If you get the hee hee ha-has while listening to me and you want to drop your girl a tip, please do so. I started back work today. And it was interesting. I've been off for 3 months. I took a 3-month leave of absence. So people are slacking me. Have one daughter. Okay, let's bring up my notes. 19 people in the room. Girl, remember the days when like I would just get 30 people just ready to go? 30 to 40 people. I wouldn't even start until those 40 people in the room. Now I'm like, please, let's get to 10. But people are slowly starting to realize that I'm going live again. I don't think that people are getting the notifications like YouTube is doing, and YouTube is doing what it wants to do, which is fair, YouTube, because I did leave for an entire year and if not more. So soup's fair. I understand why. I'm just saying, you don't gotta do me like this. Have one daughter. Do any of y'all go to Costco or Sam's Club or some kind of, are they called wholesalers or with some kind of bulk place? So I decided to see if it's like worth it for me to go to these bulk places. And it is, because I get my toilet paper and my paper towels from there. And I've had paper towel. I bought it in March and I just had to go at the beginning of September. March, April, May, June, July, August, September. 6 months. That means that I buy enough toilet paper for 6 months worth. No, the gas is like phenomenal. Let me tell you. Gas here is cheap compared to California. It's like $3 and something cents. Not like close to 4. It's closer to 3 than 4. And at Costco, gas is $2.70. Yes, please. Yes. And I only pay $60 a year to be a member. Then they've got beverages. They've got alcoholic beverages. I got an entire, like, I mean, if what feels like more than a liter of vodka for $12, $12.89, $13, $13.20 with tax. And like, you can get like their version of White Claw, a 24 pack for $22. I got my toilet paper, my paper towels, my tissues, my laundry detergent, my I get like frozen foods. I'll also get some meat stuffs. Oh, we're at the 15-minute mark. Okay, we'll start at 16. I also get my food stuff. I always get like some bulk ground beef, chicken, stuff like that. Just really good. Just really good. Okay. Got carried away. Here we go. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of Life After Lockup. This is season 6, episode 15, Caught in a Lie. And I'm like, who got caught in a lie? They're all liars. They're all of them liars. But who got caught in the lie? That's what I want to know. Okay, let's start off with our first couple. Our first couple is Courtney and Will. Okay, let me just go ahead and give you the high level synopsis of what happened in this. Okay, so Courtney, through her friend Mark, meets Tinashe, or whatever that white lady's name is. What was the lady's name? I thought it said, I don't know. I looked at it for a second and I don't know what I thought it said, but I did not know that it was going to be what Courtney said. Did she say Tanishi? Did she say Tinashe? Did she say Tinishi? It was something I wasn't expecting. Okay. And I said, what? What? I don't know if I thought it said Tiffany. And then they said Tinashe. And I was like, oh, I didn't read that at all. And so she gets her little twin mattress, or it looks like a twin. It might be a full. And she's like, your room is fully furnished. And we see this furnishing and we're like, fully furnished, just mildly furnished. And Courtney's feeling really good because she now has her own space. She doesn't have to worry about Mark breathing down her neck. She only has to pay $600 in rent. And from the outside, the house looks pretty nice. It looks like a home, So she gets a call from Will. She answers it. Will is like, hey, I'm going to send you some papers, some documents, if you will, and I need you to sign them. And she's like, no, don't call me anymore. Leave me alone. She's being petty because she doesn't want to actually sign anything. She says that, later on in their conversation, when Will just shows up at the house, which I think makes sense. Like, if you still have location services and you're still technically married and that phone is still under his plan, then he's able to find out where you are. And so he shows up at her door and she's like, hey, here's the paper, here's the documentation. And she rips it up. And she's like, I'm not signing it. And he's like, I don't understand. He's just yelling at her. And I'm like, Will, why are we yelling? She's not yelling back at you. Now, she does bring up a very good point. She says you didn't give us a chance. It's barely been 6 weeks. And he's like, I didn't tell you to have sugar daddies. I didn't tell you to live long the day. Blah, 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 blah. And she's like, Will, I don't know what a healthy relationship is. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Yes. Was I wrong for not answering your calls? Yes. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to sign this right now because I feel like you don't deserve it. Basically, she's being petty. And she said it in the confessionals that she's being petty, that's why she didn't sign it. And he flew all the way up there to get her to sign it. Now, listen, if he got money to waste, then go ahead and waste that money. He supposedly spent $10,000 on that ring, didn't get any documentation, says he ordered it online. You just put in your credit card number to an online retailer and just purchase the diamond without any paperwork or documentation. I didn't even know you can do that. And also, why would you do that? That feels like scammerdy scam. Scammerisha. Scam do da day. It feels like stupid. And so he's like, and it's not even like, he didn't even seem devastated that it wasn't real. He was like, well, that's an insurance claim for sure. So I'm like, you insured the ring with the same company that sold it to you? Or did you just take out another policy? I'm confused. Hi, dating doula. How you doing? I'm confused. It is crazy. Hi, Joseph. Welcome in. So, anyways, he's outside of this lady's nice neighborhood hollering at the top of her lungs. And I'm sorry, if I was Tinashe or Maybe Tashi. Okay, maybe I thought it was Tasha, and then it wasn't Tasha. And Tasha, you know, eh, Nazy. I don't know, but I just am like, there's a part of me growing up in the suburbs. You just don't be yelling outside. If you yelling outside in the suburbs, then you trying to bring a different social economic situation to the suburbs. You go in the house and yell. You don't yell outside, girl. The ghetto. The ghetto. So, anyways, yeah, it's very suspicious about this ring. It's very, very suspicious. And so he's yelling at her. She's like, whatever. And take your funky papers and go away. And he's like, well, I got more papers. And I'm like, of course you got more papers. Obviously, producer said to make copies so that you could do another scene yelling at her. So, anyways, that's the end of their segment. Now, let's move on real quickly to Daniel and Bianca. Daniel's friends ain't shit. I said it the last time that I was on this live and we talked about them, and I am so freaking sad for Daniel. I mean, those friends are so lowbrow. How is it? And the one friend, it feels like he knew. The one friend with the makeup, with the neck tattoos and the missing tooth, it feels like he's seen some things, and so he knew. But he's just too much of a punk to stand up and be like, "Hey, Daniel, I've known you the whole time I've known you. You've been sober and you've been preaching sobriety. I understand that you're going through it right now, but perhaps you should call your sponsor and not really fuck with us because we're idiots. I know you're a grown man. I'm just trying to be the little angel on your shoulder. You can do what you want, but my suggestion is that you do not have a drink." And I think, you can always say like Daniel was probably just releasing some steam because he thought maybe he was going to have to go back to jail. Then he only got volunteer time and that Bianca's wearing on his nerves. But at the end of the day, it feels like Daniel has choices. Maybe he doesn't, but it feels like it from what we're seeing that he has choices and he's just not choosing the right choice. And that is the struggle that he will always have as somebody who drugs and alcohol, right? And one of his friends is like, "Yeah, it's okay. You can have one drink today, but that doesn't mean you have more tomorrow. You just like," I was like, "You know nothing about addiction. Nothing at all. No, 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 no. Nothing about it." So it is just very, very frustrating to watch this man kind of jump off the wagon and have friends be there to like support him, grown ass friends. And so he's so MC hammered by the time that Bianca gets there that he's like, "I'm a grown man. I'll have a drink if I want to." Now, Bianca somehow shows up in Bullhead. Apparently, Bullhead is like 4 hours away from Scottsdale or somewhere far away, right? Because he's not in the same city as her. He didn't come home last night. That's what I thought. Unless he did come home to Scottsdale and then just didn't come back to their apartment. And so she rolls up on him and she, for the first time ever, is making sense in this scenario, but he can't hear her because he doesn't want to be with her. He's tired of her. And so somehow she gets him into the car. He's drunk. He's yelling at her in the car that he doesn't want to be there. She has to pull over and let his ass jump out. And it was just really sad. And she's like, "I stopped drinking for Daniel and I like to drink, so it's not fair that he gets to just drink." That's what it felt like she was saying. I don't like Bianca. I don't like her with Daniel, and I just feel really bad for the situation. But him being stressed out over her is not a reason for him to um, break his sobriety. There must be more going on, is what I'm thinking. There must be more going on. That was his boss? The person who Oh no. Oh no. That's crazy. Mm-mm. So, anyways, yeah, the friends were really stressful to me. It was annoying. Okay, another kind of stressful situation is Z and Troy. Now, Troy is home in Buffalo and he's doing push-ups. That's the first thing we've seen. He's counting them out loud. So he's going through it. There's something going on in his spirit. He's not happy. And he's at his sister's house. Let me tell you right now, I didn't notice her last episode, but if she didn't steal her mother's whole face, I mean, that is Karen's daughter. If there was ever a confusion of what Karen looked like, or before the hard liquor took her ass and the streets took her, that is what it is. It's Jackie. It's Jacqueline. It's Jaqueline. Okay. And so Jacqueline is trying to get Troy while he's in Buffalo to kind of make amends with Yana, who is his baby mama, who is the mother of baby Troy. And Troy is like, I can't do that. I've got a lot. I came here to get my brother. I got him. I also came here to possibly get my father's ashes. Then we see a confessional of Troy. I mean, listen, I support Black men crying because I think more Black men need to cry and get their feelings out so that they can be healthy for the community. And I think Troy is doing that, except for he's not doing the work outside of it by getting actual help. But oh my lordy, my heart breaks for Troy. His father died in 2021, he says, and he was incarcerated, and he attended the funeral in shackles. Troy seems like such a sweet soul, such a sensitive soul, and somebody who is for who he is and how old he is and his upbringing seems relatively in tune with his emotions. I didn't say he can control them. I said relatively in tune with them. He allows the emotions to kind of wash through him. And that is very, 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 very good. But like, watching him kind of not make decisions based on anxiety or whatever is going through his body is really kind of difficult, because you're like, you want to be better. We see you trying and edging to be better, but then you're not able to fully cross the finish line. And not all of us are. I'm not saying that. He's only been out of prison. Oh, I didn't write that down. But I think it's like a year and some change, maybe not even a year. And so it's understandable. But he's like, I can't go deal with Yana right now because I'm grieving. So he's grieving his brother's loss. He's grieving his father's loss. He says that he's his father's only son. And so he's just kind of going through it right now. And he's doing a lot of slamming of hands on surfaces. Also rolling blunts. Listen, as a former person who rolled the blunts, I'm like, can we hold off on that right now? Just right now? Just like hold off on that, especially while talking about wanting to maybe get your daughter. So his sister Jackie is like, you don't know when you're going to be back in Buffalo. So just going ahead and reach out to Yana, try to make some amends. He's like, no, just give me my daughter. Just give me my daughter. You've been in prison for that baby's entire life. Okay. And you think that this mother is just going to give her child to you when she doesn't know your behavior and volatile rate. She doesn't understand Zerulia, because Zerulia being everybody business. So it's just like, I understand why Yana is not so quick to just give her child up. But I also don't understand why Troy doesn't want to work with her. Why Troy just feels like he should just be given baby Troy off of just genes. I'm her daddy. Give her to me. No. If you're being a productive mama, then you protect your child. And if you don't know what kind of environment your child is going into because you don't trust the baby dad or you don't trust the situation, like whoever Yana was 7 years ago, 8 years ago, when she had that baby with Troy, that's not who she is now. And she's not going to do it. She's not going to do it. So he's like, right in this moment, I don't want to deal with Yana. So the sister calls Yana and is like, hey, Troy is here and he would like to see baby Troy. Can that be possible? And Yana's like, no. Even after she finds out that Zerulia is not there, she's just like, no. And Troy is upset. And then Jackie's like, well, if you had called her, then maybe the outcome would be different. It's like Troy doesn't truly want to do what he has to do to get his daughter. And Z calls him. And they end up talking, and Z's like, you need to step up. You need to do the things you need to do so that when it comes down to court time, when it comes down to fighting for your rights and visitation, that you can say that you tried to work it out with her and that she would not allow it. it only looks better in your favor. But he's like, I can't handle it right now. And to me, if you can't handle that, then you should not have her. If you hear some in the background, that is Gato living his best life among my Costco boxes. Best life over there. Just chewing up boxes, playing with them, having a great time. With all them toys that I done got him over there in that cat tree. No, it's a cardboard box for him. A cardboard box will take him to cat heaven. Okay, so JW says at the end of last season, he was seeing the baby, and they haven't said what happened to where he's not suddenly allowed to see her, which is why I feel it's fake and produced. Oh. Zachariah is so mean. I would not want my daughter over there. She is. She could be really mean and petty. I love that you put Zachariah. The truth is, it should be something else because Zerulia is real hard to say. Real hard to say. So anyways, so he's just doing the most. And I actually agreed with Zerulia at that time where she was like, you need to just man up and do what you got to do. And he's like, all right, but he's not going to do it. He doesn't want to deal with it. And that's unfortunate. He yells loudly, today is not the day. Well, then when? Well, then when is the question. All right. So we've got now Letitia and Keith. Letitia and Keith. So now we're hot off the heels of them going to that family breakfast that they had, which cute, right? Where we didn't know if that was his stepmom or his like stepmom of his dad or his mother's wife. We don't know who she is. And they get into the car, they skirt out. The sun was just hurting his poor little irises, so he had to put his sunglasses on. They get to the house. Aunt Marcia has the kids, so they get to fool around, run around naked, and do what they want to do. They get to the house, and he's like, "Man, somebody catfishing my phone." And so then he shows Letitia a text message of this girl named Stephanie. And let me tell you that Letitia can't stop saying some bitch named Stephanie. I mean, she's some B named Stephanie. A B named Stephanie? Who does B named Stephanie? She's real suspicious of people just wanting to take her man. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, he looks put together. I'm not saying that if there's something in his face that like makes me believe that he isn't listening to me or that he's not comprehending. It's just the way his face structure is set up. He's not my first choice, but she acting like the girls are out here like Panty Rip, like he's out here being a Panty Rippa. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's just out here rum and pineapple, just snatching the ladies up. This man been out of prison for I don't know how long. He says that he really likes oh, hold on. Is Zaria? Is it Zaria? What was I? Zeruia. You're right. Zaria. Oh. Zeruia. It's because it's spelled Zeruiah. And to me, Ruiah is Ruia. But it's Zaria. Oh, girl, you just unlocked Zaria. Wait, okay, let's look at it. Let's look at it. Zaria. See? That's I'm confused. It's Zeruiah, which is Zeruia. But it's pronounced Zaria? Rui? Ru. Re. Well, you know, sometimes people spell like Keisha, Shia, and to me that's Shia. So, you know, I'd be all kinds of messed up. I don't know if it's a different language. Silent U. Oh, it's in the Bible. Also, Joella. But isn't it spelled Jowalia? It's the LIA. It's the IA. Some people just be putting IA and stuff, and that really confused me. You know, people don't spell these names right. Thank you so much. Why is Letitia always opening the door for Keith and not the other way around? She be moving too fast. I don't know. You're right though. he be like on the stroll, you know. They get out the car and he gonna get out and put his sunglasses on and walk because he want the neighbors to see a cool man is walking in here. So he gonna walk because he got to keep his pants up, right? That's how they walk when they got to keep their pants up because they don't be having it on their hips, so they be walking like this. You know what I mean? And I like then she's like, but she's like click click clack because it's cold outside and she's half naked. Okay, she over here with some kind of wrap situation, titties perked, a furry coat, but it don't look insulated. Okay. It looks like strawberry or, city trends. You know what I mean? And then she also got on some pointy heels too. Her ankles is cold because she's wearing leggings. It's cold outside. So she got to click, 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 click on into the house. He got to stroll into the house, right? So he gets there and he's like, oh, you got the fireplace going. Let me tell you right now, I'm jealous of anybody that got a fireplace, fake or real. I am a jealous. I have a fake fireplace where it's not even electric. It's electric, but the heat that comes from it is so loud that it's like, why are you even saying it provides heat? It's like a space heater inside of my TV stand. And then in front of it, it does do like flashing different colors. Like I can make it like purple flame, different things like that. But the heat comes from a loud ass space heater. So when I put the heat on, it's like, I'm like, no, girl. No. So when I say fake, I mean gas. So either like a log burning or like a gas one. I am so jealous. I think it's so beautiful. It's so peaceful. I would have it on 24/7 if that were me, if I had a fireplace. Anywho, so yeah, so they get into the house and all of a sudden she's like, who does B name Stephanie? So Stephanie sends him a message out of the blue and it's just like, hi, I wanted to invite you to the party that's happening tomorrow, but whoop de whoop whoop whoop, and here's some pictures of me, right? And so he responds with, "Who's this?" And she's like, "Oh, I have the wrong number." And then he's like, "Yeah." And then she follows up. Well, it's obvious that either that's a friend of a cousin or somebody that got his number that is like, "Oh, just holla at my cousin real quick. See what the fuck he talking about. Holla at my cousin. He just got out of prison. He gonna marry some woman. Holla at my cousin." So that's what happened. So Stephanie was like, all right, I'll holler at your cousin. Because you don't just invite somebody to the cookout and then send a bunch of pictures of yourself out the blue. He been doing something. And so he's like, oh, it's really good. He's so cool and calm and collected about it while she's just trying to like make it a thing. Letitia, she always got to make it like, oh, it's a big deal. She really is like trying to do her reality TV big one at all times. She's never on zero. So they were about to go in the bedroom and make babies. She's like, I'm 38. We got to get this going. Oh, it's just so crazy to me. Just so people just be like having babies. Like, that's my husband. Does he have a job? Do you have a job? You still got a case pending, my friend. You got a case pending and you're over here trying to just have a baby? What about the baby who you didn't even explain that's not her bio dad? Like, it just feels like a lot of poor choices. Like, I get it. It's 4 years and you guys ain't really been able to do anything together. And you done told these girls that this man is the king of the house now. And just like, it's a lot. I need her to slow the F down. It's a lot. So they get into the room and I'm like, this bed is too big for this room. This bed is too big for this room. And I'm going to tell you that I too once had envisions of a canopy bed. One day I will have a canopy bed. If not a canopy, I will have a strong wooden headboard situation. I love a good oak bed, like a thick bed. I want to put curtains around it and everything. And it'd be too big for the room. The room needs to be large for you to have a canopy bed to truly make sense. In fact, a canopy bed don't even make sense. Not only does room need to be large, it needs to have high ceilings. In fact, a canopy bed don't even make no sense anymore, right? A canopy bed is for a drafty castle or a drafty home where you need the curtains around the canopy bed in order to keep the draft from the cold winter nights away from you. But anyways, he gonna jump on the bed in his outside clothes. You know me, I'd be real stressed out about the outside clothes on shit. So the outside clothes went on the bed, and then she's like, "You want some PUSSY?" And I'm just like, That's not me. That's not dirty talk to me. That's vulgar talk. Mm-mm. But it ended up okay at the end. She forgave him, I guess. But I cannot imagine that we won't hear some B named Stephanie going forward. We'll continue to hear it. Somebody catfishing my phone. And then she gonna say the devil is always working. She's like, you could be in a good place, having a great time, and the devil gonna come and the devil, the devil's always working. And Keith likes the fact that she gets jealous and worked up. He says that he still got it. I'm just like, still got what? So you because you can make somebody jealous, that means that you still got it? That's so toxic and crazy. It's wild. All righty. So now we got Q and Demadric. I'm gonna just call that man a demon. He is a demon. Okay. So he's been out of prison for 4 months. And she's like, Joella had launched some accusations, some false accusations against me. That's what she said the first time. The second time she said it right. I like Kiana. She crazy. I like her. I know she has something to do with this situation. She swears up and down that she didn't. And she's like, the thing that is crazy about it to me is that they're acting as though she doesn't get to plead her case. I understand it's a lot of money and people don't normally go through those channels to just say that you did something to them. Like, I think I would be shocked if somebody would just like launched a complaint against me and went to the police about it. I'd be like, why didn't you tell me to my face that you thought I did something so I could rectify the situation immediately? I look so bald, just right here, just like bald. But there's hair here. And then there's hair. It's like if I could get my hairlines to match, I need to be like those Chicago men who go in and get like the fake black right here. Because there's hair here. I can feel it. I can see it. But on the camera, I look bald. I look receding hairline, bald, and I don't like it. If you see me and I don't have this, just know that I have gotten some kind of sponge and stippled onto my hairline. Just stippled it on because I can't. This looks wild and crazy. Hey, Jay Nicole. Welcome to the room. But right, no, you see it. You see it though. You see that like there's hair here, and it looks like I have a hairline, and then this side it just looked like I'm bald. Like I waxed it off, or I was like the razor and just like. Whoop. There's hair here though. I'm gonna find some kind of hair stipple situation. That means I gotta wash it out every night though. It's gonna be all over my pillows. That's fine. I can't be walking around looking bald headed like this. That's oh, is it because it's gray? Oh, it's because it's gray. Anyway, sorry. Okay. So she's like, yeah, you know, I could get in trouble. The way they're talking about it is that it's like DEFCON 10. It's not to me. It just feels like not par for the course, but like the biggest headache is that she's going to have to get a lawyer to help her through this. But a detective is going to call her, I think, and find out where she was during this time. Like, there has to be an investigation. Is she under investigation? Yes. But like, you know, you'll be fine. But he's worried that if she becomes like, I guess, a felon, that he's not going to be able to live with her. I was like, you're thinking too far in advance. You're thinking too far in advance. Let's just stay with what's happening right now. So Kiana has decided that her kids cannot go to the birthday party because she's not invited to the birthday party. But she's like, but we're like, why would you want to go to the birthday party when you know this woman has charges against you right now? This doesn't make any sense that you would want to go to this. It feels like you should want to stay home and leave Joella alone. But no, she's going to stop her kids from going. Then she went to the store, got some store brand cupcakes, then bought some sprinkles and tried to have the babies put the sprinkles on the store bought cupcakes with the hard frosting. So, of course, the sprinkles are not going to land and stick on the cupcakes. I said, is this what we're doing now? Just, I mean, what store has really good, like, besides Costco, what bakery of any store has really good pastries like that? Now, I'm going to say Stater Brothers, because here's the truth. You could tell Stater Brothers to make it for you and they will make you cupcakes. But I mean, to just like go in there and buy some store-bought cupcakes, people be doing that here all the time. Like, I'm like, you didn't even go to a bakery? They don't got bakeries? I will go to a bakery before I go buy store-bought. They're bakeries. You just go in there and they've already made the cake. They've already baked the cupcakes. You just buy it from the bakery. You buy it from the people who are specifically specializing in cupcakery. Now, they do at the stores too, supposedly, but like I would go to a bakery before I go to store-bought. Mhm, mhm, mhm. So anyways, still saying she didn't do it. She didn't get the store bought. They repackaged them, and then there's gifts and stuff. And so she drops Demadric off. Now I said to myself, why didn't Demadric just drive himself? Don't he have a car? Doesn't he have that Mustang? So she gonna take the kids and the gifts and Demadric, drop him off at Fun Zone, not let the kids get out the car to even say boo hoo happy birthday. Not even let the kids walk up in the spot with the gifts saying, hey, mama said I can't stay because your mama said my mama can't come. None of that. We even have a dumb scene where they don't have the little boy walk up to Kiana and be like, mama, can't you just come, please? And she's like, no. Can we go? No. So it's like they even had him do a little bit of acting where he's going to act like he really wanted to go or that he wanted his mother to go to the thing. I'm just like, if you're going to do it, do it. If we're going to have the kids be traumatized about not being able to go to the adventure park, then let's just flush it full out then. So she drives home, realizes that the cupcakes are still in the back, turns back around, sees his parents pull up. Then the mother, stepmother is going to be like, I don't understand why they can't come and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, because Joella put a case against Kiana. They don't need to be in the same space. She don't want that lady at her kid's birthday party. And I think that's her right. The kids can go. Why stop the kids? That's just some petty weird shit. Kiana try to act like she's so much better than Joella. Like, oh, like that's the kind of baby mama you chose. That's this, that's this. But Kiana and Joella come from the same cloth mentally and the way that they move. You know, maybe Kiana has a better living circumstance. Who knows? But it's the same cloth. So why she try to act like she's above it? Her wigs are a little bit better, but not by much. And let me tell you, Joella's wig actually looked good. I will say though that they did a wig switch on us because we see Joella with full face makeup on and a platinum little bitty situation that looks good, and we think that that's what she's gonna wear to the birthday party, but it's not. When she at the birthday party, she don't got the little platinum wig on. Now the wig still looks better than it did the first time, so she somehow figured out how to cut it down and shape it right. But what I'm saying is that in the confessionals, it don't look good. But at some points we see it looks good. Looking crazy. Do you guys listen to Sass Scales? You guys should. She's so funny. She put on a wig, a Joella wig, and it was hilarious. Hilarious. Check out Sass Scales here on YouTube because she funny. And she be getting these Love After Lockup recaps out very early. She'll be like up on Saturday. I'm like, girl, better than me. You better than me? Yeah, Sass. She calls her people Sasters. She's very funny. She's very funny the way she be dragging Joella in that thirsty ass wig, that dry little pixie cut. Okay, so then we get to the party. It looks like everything's going well. He gives her the $600. I don't know if that was really $600 in that envelope. It didn't. It looked like maybe $2. He gave her $600 because he's thinking that if he gives her the money for the expense of paying for the tires, that she would drop the charges, because she kind of alluded that she might. But then she's like, nah, bro, give me this money. You need to help me out anyway with these kids because these are your kids too. And if somebody slashes my tire, it's most likely because of you. So you need to come over here and help me up, cough up this money. So he'll give her $600. Didn't look like it was $600. Unless it was 6 crisp $100 bills. Crisp. It didn't look like nobody's $600 in that little envelope. And Kiana really was like, you shouldn't pay it because I didn't do it. And her tires didn't cost $600. I was like, tires be costing $600, 4 of them? Let's do that math. And also, we were there. We saw her pay $600 for the tires. 6 divided by 2 or 4. 6, which is 200 each. No. I don't know math. $150 each. That feels about right. Because tires are expensive. Now I know on her like Lincoln Continental or whatever granddaddy car she got, that maybe you don't think that those tires are what they are, but tires are expensive. I always expect to pay $200 per tire. And I be at Costco getting my tires too. I be at Costco. I just got my tire patched at Costco. It cost me $15 for a patch, but I was ready to give 157 for that tire that I saw there. I was like, okay, I'm most likely gonna have to pay about $200 for a tire. So it's weird that she's like, don't give her the money, don't give her the money. I'm sorry, you are a baby mama too. What I will never understand is how baby mamas don't be supporting each other. Y'all in the same unfortunate boat where you most likely do not have a man. And the reason why I say this is because I usually feel like when people refer to people as baby mama, there's like a part of them that doesn't respect them as much as they should. Like if I were to have a child with somebody and we weren't married and I had even heard a whiff that he would refer to me as a baby mama, I would fight him in the front yard. I would that in the suburbs in the front yard. That's where you do it, Will. No, I am your child's mother. I am the mother of your child. There's to me a certain level of disrespect when a man refers to a woman as a baby mama. I don't know, it just feels like you're a weekend parent, or you're like you don't feel the same, like this woman put herself at risk to have my child. It's just like it's a weird accusation. It's a weird title for me. Okay. And I'm gonna tell him right now, don't be calling me a baby mama. Because then we gonna have problems. You and me gonna have problems. You call me the mother of your child because that's what I am. And you and I are amicable. I'm an adult. You be an adult. You're gonna take this kid Wednesday night through Sunday morning, and I'm gonna have Sunday midday through Wednesday morning. Okay. Drop him off at the school. You parent teacher night, you won't be there. Okay. You parent teacher night. The kid get in trouble, you get called off work, I get called off work. We both going. That's what I'm doing. But anyways, so yeah. He gonna talk about he should have had a different baby mama and he just being real disrespectful. And I just don't understand why Kiana doesn't understand what it's like to be not with the father of your children. And she doesn't kind of have a sisterhood with Joella to a certain extent. That's all I'm saying. Now, Demondra's at this party, and Joella's like, I'm not dropping the charges. You gonna give me this money. And he's like, why are you doing all this? Why are you doing all that? She's like, because you still be over here trying to be in my panties. That's why. And she says in the confessionals that Kiana shouldn't be mad at her. Kiana should be mad at Demondrick. And that she's gonna stop letting Demondrick like do whatever. That's us too. Joella to stop letting Demondrick do whatever. He's not that cute. I mean, you do got nice lips, but he not that cute. And also, what the D do? And even his dad referred to him as a sugar D. Ugh. Sometimes men can be so disgusting. Don't say that. Oh yeah, you just like me, son. You got a sugar D. Yeah. No. So he says that he hasn't had sex with Joella since him and Kiana recommitted to each other for about a month and some change. A month? One whole month? 30 days and some change? 35 days? 35 days? It's been 35 days since a full cycle of her period? Like, what? What? Joy says, yes, there's a difference between baby mama and mother of her kids. I will never think it's cute to say baby mama, baby daddy, because that means to me you ain't ish. Yeah. My son's father. That's what I would say. My son's father. My daughter's father is going to come pick her up because they're going to go to Disneyland. And I'm not going to go because I'm going to stay here and I'm going to drink my beverages. So, anyways, Joella's like, I don't have to do what you say. Because guess what? She ain't Queen Elizabeth and you ain't King Tut. I said, if you don't go on ahead and give us those kings and queens, from definitely different time periods and definitely different states and countries, that's fair. She said she ain't Queen Elizabeth and you ain't King Tut. I said, those are two famous monarchs. Not gonna lie. Two famous fucking monarchs. I'm not gonna lie. I agree with you, Joseph. Demadric speaks, dad speaks to him. Yep. Stupid advice. But yeah, I said Queen Elizabeth and King Tut. I love it. All right, so let's move on to our last couple. Let me know if I've missed any things down in the comment section. But excuse me. Brooke and JK, girl. Again, JK was not in this episode. This is now the second episode we've seen of just Brooke running around Waco, Texas, just being a mess. A mess. So 6 weeks out of prison, he's been, okay? He's already fallen off the wagon on drugs again. And she's going to go see Alex. She's going to meet Alex at some kind of outdoor, like, beer garden or whatever. So she gets there and she's like, if this bitch tries to get smart with me, I'm going to get her one good time at least. Brooke is coming to this conversation ready to fight, wanting to fight, rearing to fight, because she said that Brandy, what's her name? Alex is coming after her man. It's like in the year of our Lord 2025, to see young women behaving just poorly over ain't shit ass men, and then to be like putting their energies towards the women as the problem and not the man. She came with a lot of energy to Alex. Alex don't owe her shit. Her and JK have a relationship, okay? Alex and JK have a relationship outside of Brooke. That's his ex. The ex don't owe the current nothing. Nothing. Joella don't owe Kiana nothing. They don't owe, you don't owe, it's not, no. The conversation is with that man in the middle causing all this trouble. Okay? And so when she pulls up on her, she's ready to fight. She's ready to get answers of why you fucking my man. Because I can, bitch. What are you talking about? Because he comes over to my house and gets hard. That is why. He comes to my house. I don't go to him. He gets in his vehicle and he comes to my house. I need a new door. Okay. My broken down shack that I got from my great grandpa that I ordered from a Sears catalog in the 1920s. But he got in his vehicle. He came to my house. I didn't go to his house. So if you have any questions about why I am with your man, it is because he came to me. And so she's there. She's like, she pulls up on Alex, and Alex is sitting there just chewing on some bubble gum, girl. You know what it is? Okay, here's what it is. There are people in your life who chew gum. People chew gum. But there are people who be chewing on that gum. And whenever I see somebody chewing on that gum, I'm like, ooh, I want some gum. Yeah. I forget to buy gum all the time, but when I have it, annoying. Oh, I love it when you put enough air in it and you bite down and it cracks. Oh my goodness. I love it so much. Hey, Brandy. I've been back for like 4 weeks now. Get your notifications on. YouTube be tripping, so I understand. But anyway, so like she was there chewing on that gum, and Brooke walks up to her like, "Oh, okay, damn girl." What did Brooke say? I wrote it down. She said, "Damn girl, you were prepared to meet me." I was like, "You are so wrong for that," because Brooke don't look no better than Alex. I mean, the only thing is that Brooke put on some like CoverGirl press powder and some eyeliner. Okay, she got the CoverGirl press powder and some like $1.99 eyeliner on. That is it. It's not like Brooke is out here like killing it in the game. No, nope. She's like, "You weren't prepared to meet me?" And Alex is like, "What?" She's like, "You looking like trash." And I'm like, "Pot kettle mirror, girl. She look like trash. You look like trash." Because guess what? Y'all both trash. Okay. I hate to say it like that. I hate to call you out, but it's true. Y'all both from the same park. Y'all both from the same park. Y'all double wides is neighboring each other. You are neighbors in your park with your double wides and your vehicles that look like they have been through it with one balding tire. So don't over here be throwing glass houses and stones and whatnot. So she's like, leave my man alone. Leave my man alone. That's my man. Don't worry about what's happening over here with me and my man. And Alex is like, you invited me here to talk. I don't understand what this energy is like. And she's like, I'm just saying, you need to get out of my man and me and my man's business because that's my man. And I heard you got pregnant. I heard you had a miscarry from him. So was it his? Was it his? And she's like, no. The girl didn't even sit down. So Alex gets up and she's like, listen, I'm not doing this with you, okay? I've already gotten a case. Alex got up and walked away from Brooke like she had some kind of moral standing or moral like problem with arguing and carrying on in public. And I said to myself, you know what? Something must be up on Alex. Alex must already got some cases against her. She must already been fighting in the streets. She knows she can't be doing all this on camera. So she needed to just like be calm and collective and walk away from the situation because there ain't no way that I would not have swung on Brooke. Brooke looked like the moment her glasses falls off, she's like Mr. Magoo and she can't see shit. I would have batted them glasses away like Gato does with my glasses and just pop, pop, pop. That's what I would have done because Brooke need to be beat up. She gonna say where I'm from, you talk, you get hit. And I said, oh, so then you must be getting hit a lot. She didn't even try to get any information. She didn't try to get any information. She went there in order to fight, thinking that she was going to intimidate Alex. Alex was just like, get this gnat out of my face. Like she was like, Brooke was like a little buzzing fly around her, and she was just really trying hard to get it out of her face. But then the fly decided to sting her. And so Alex said, oh, good, you caught that on camera, self-defense. And the security guard had to come in and stand in front of Alex. I said, no, why weren't y'all getting on Brooke? Because Brooke was the one antagonizing the situation. The girl is walking away, walking down the street, and she being followed by little ass natty Brooke. And then when Brooke reaches out to touch her, Brooke is like, I'm not proud of what I did. Girl, you did what you had to do. Because if Alex had swung on you first, you would have been down. The moment them glasses would have been knocked off your face, you wouldn't have been able to see nothing. And she would have just stomped on your little ass. So then Alex gets in the car and Brooke is on one side talking to the producers and talking shit while her window is rolled up. And Alex is talking out of the passenger side like, yeah, I had a miscarriage. Yeah, I've been fucking JK. Yeah, she would have got more information out of me had she been calm and quiet. But no, she want to come here and act like a kid, and I don't have time for this. And I said, you know what? We don't have time for it either. We don't have time for it either. Brooke didn't want answers. She just wanted to fight or something. I don't know, to say what? I don't know. For who? For clout? For what community? What is all happening here? Then when Alex drives off, she gonna call JK. JK sound like he's out of it. Okay, he's messed up, and he's like, "What? Okay, I can't. What do you say? I'm wrong if I'm wrong if I do right. I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong." I'm like, JK, you haven't answered the phone for Brooke in a while, and you've been doing a lot of wrong. So I don't understand what are you trying to say right now that you? I really don't understand what he was trying to say at that moment. I didn't understand it. I was like confused. I was very confused as to why he thought that like he somehow is the victim in this. And he's not answering any of Brooke's questions. And I don't know why Brooke keeps on calling that man her man. He didn't even come with her to get a blood test to see if she's actually pregnant. She didn't even tell us in this episode if she's pregnant. She's over here with these white pants on, with no belt on, this black top looking a mess with her black kids and her little messy bun and them glasses that ain't worth of nothing. So like, I'm like, what are we watching here? I need for them to do better storytelling. Like they got to stop giving us these weird half-ass like segments when it comes to Brooke and JK. Give me a full little arc. I want to know in the beginning and the end, because again, they left us on another cliffhanger. What is going on with JK? Why isn't he in this episode? Are y'all not filming with him? Does he not allow it? What was JK and Alex talking about when he went to the house and he took off his mic? So many questions not being answered. So many questions. So many questions. Brick definitely got her. She sure did. She sure did. And if security hadn't get a hold of Alex, she would have boom. Yep. Yeah. I'm like, Brooke, just off of sheer mass, Alex would have beat you up. She's taller than you. She's thicker than you. Like, I don't know why you thought you was about to do something. She acting like a little terrier dog. And then the other dog just like, get out of my face. I was like, girl, I would have been punched Brooke though. And I wouldn't even have to punch her. I just would have ran from them glasses. They're very much precariously placed on her. They don't fit her face. I would have just snatched them glasses off. 1, 2. So we don't know what's happening. We know that she did miscarry. We don't know the timeline. It's only been 6 weeks. So did he have sex with Alex his first, second week? She got pregnant and then miscarried very early on. We don't really know. It's only been 6 weeks, y'all. This is poor storytelling, and I'm gonna need Matt Sharp and them to get it together. Also, did you notice that the producer was like, "Are you effing?" Did you notice the producer used the F word when referring to having sex with? The producer was like, hey, Alex, so are you effing JK?" And I was like, "Did you just say effing on national TV as a producer? What's happening? Who are y'all producing these segments? What is happening?" But anyways, that's the end of the episode, you guys. Thank you so much for joining. It is a pleasure as always. I think I'm going to talk about unknown number tomorrow. I'm not sure. I might have to skip it and do Thursday, but it'll be coming up this week sometime. I've already made the thumbnail, so I got to do it, and I already watched it, and I didn't take no notes, so I need to rewatch it so I can add a little bit of notes. Let me tell you, that lady got on my nerves. You need to watch it. If you have Netflix, watch Unknown Number. It's a short documentary. It's not bad, but the story is so salacious and crazy that it's worth the watch. All right, y'all, have a fantastic day. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. Jump in the line, no, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line.